Hey guys, RV Last here, and I do apologize for actually rushing through the game of SRW, the Moon Dwellers. Like you've seen, my stage was already at level stage 43 without any recording whatsoever. So yes, I have. I just finished actually Moon Dwellers just now. I actually got to record the final max break plus the ending stuff, which I don't know if I'm even gonna be bothering uploading it because it is copyrighted. Unfortunately, there is not much I can do to disable the Jam Project song Shining Storm, despite the fact that it is a very good song. But unfortunately, copyright, not much I can do about it. I'm not sure if I can even upload it, honestly, or I'd probably have to upload it somewhere else or using a different account. Anyway, what do I think about the game? It's alright. The beginning stages definitely were not balanced at all. Like, no, they're not. Space route, like in the previous two stages, I've actually complained about the Earth route being much better. Oh no, sorry, much worse than the space route. Space route actually has a much better selection of characters than Earth route, despite the fact that Earth route is like you have the super robots in Earth route. But the problem is you don't have a lot of access to it. Especially Toya. Toya is like, what? Why couldn't we play as Toya during the beginning parts of the game? I think that was my biggest beef. Like, it's supposed to be all about Toya's story. I mean, he's the protagonist, and yet he doesn't even become playable until after almost the end of Earthroot. Plus, for some reason, Calvina decided to actually join Earthroot as well. So that was another thing that I was like, what? Anyway, what else can I say? The final boss, I actually got to. I already watched Nikio's explanation about the final boss before I ever got to finish the game, and I was actually kind of laughing a little bit about how he explained it. Like, if you want to be a franchise of this, I don't know. I'm kind of paraphrasing it right now, but if you want to be a franchise of the series, you actually have to play every single game. By every single game, we mean every single game Presto has ever made. I was laughing at how he explained that part. Overall, though, it was alright. It felt like second OG all over again. It's just that there were just a few things missing. Plus, I would say it's heavily skewed towards your favor. I mean, to be fair, I did level grind my units to like level 99 and all this stuff, and even then, even if I didn't actually level grind them, it's still too easy to actually. It's too heavily skewed. So instead, to make up for almost all the missed recordings I've had of the game, I will instead actually be playing it on EX hard, starting from stage 10 and beyond. However, I will still be using the repair grind, resupply grind thing, because considering EX hard. Honestly though, there's a lot of opportunities for it. I'm very surprised about it. The SR points are so generous about it that I was like, what? I was able to actually get a lot of my units to level 99 easily. I was like, what? Hell, I had to piggyback a lot of my super robot units that couldn't get to max level. For once, I didn't even use a Sanger and a Ratzel, or Elzam, whatever you call them nowadays. I have not used them at all. Once. Or maybe I piggybacked them a few times, but never killing the boss whatsoever. They were just killing grunts here and there. Ratzel might actually have a chance about it, but it's like, nah. I'm surprised about the fact that there's barely any Daunt and barely any Great Rouse in this game. Like, there's only two units each who have them. There's a lot of continuous action though. The continuous action twin pilot skill. To actually do the repair grinding, you actually have to. I actually used Calvina as the repair grinder. Well, to explain, you're supposed to use map on your allies to actually pull this off. And that's normally not a good thing because, well, you don't want to map yourself. You want to map enemies to kill them. And that would just be the most horrible thing you could ever possibly pull off. Like, why would you ever do something like that? Oh, and Mercy. If it wasn't for Melua is like my saving grace in this entire game. Calvina paired up with Melua. That was like my saving grace of this entire game. Mercy plus Hot Blood plus a map attack on a straight line. I was like, please. It was just too good to actually be true. Once you level up Calvina pretty well, it was just only a matter of time to actually level grind, and your first priority is to actually let Calvina get to level 99 plus Melua. These two are the most important ones. Katya and Tenya can just piggyback on Toya or Calvina respectively. And I'm surprised at the fact that there's a lot of opportunities for it throughout the entire game. The SR points are so generous that you could finish you can get the SR point easily and still be able to level grind to level 99 at the cost of like 1,000 turns, stuff like that. Like to any players, like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Turns out it's easy enough to do so. Plus, I've learned a few things, tips and tricks for repair grinding. On my second playthrough, I might actually try cutting off as much as I can, but it's still probably gonna reach at least. It's probably gonna reach 900 turns, and that's being generous. Most of the reason why it's that much is because of the early parts of the level grind. The repair grind. The repair grind doesn't really start becoming really good until you're at level 30s. At least you're in the level 30s and beyond, because I don't know why. I don't know the algorithms of repair grind. Is it based on skill? I don't really know. I actually have to find that out. Regardless of which, though, repair grinding and resupply first. Resupply, because that constantly gives you 200 if you're resupplying the same level person. After which you can start repair grinding from there, and then that basically becomes a thing. Yeah, I remember my first resupply grinders were like, and you have 4 resuppliers, by the way. You have 4 resuppliers, 2 resupply modules, and the Excellence Rescue and Michiru Hanaten's G Bangkaran. Which, honestly though, I actually used Michiru as more of at first he gets mapped a lot, and then after that, the last stretch of the game, he's basically just nothing more than Great Rouse SP Bank, because Great Rouse is a twin. If you actually do level up the Excellence Rescue to level 99, once Raul and Fiona come back to the Excellence what's the name? Gunstriker? I don't remember the name. But anyway, once you actually get to level 99 and the transfer happens, Despinis, or Deathpenis, whatever you call her, Raji and Mizuho, who are the sub-pilots for the Excellence Rescue, they also get level 99, and Mizuho and Raji actually have some of the best support commands of the entire game. Resupply plus Enable, plus you already have Great Rouse, and I believe I don't remember. Maybe she has Achun. I think Despinis has Achun, but I kind of used her more as a Great Rouse, so it didn't really matter at the long run. To be fair, Great Rouse is pretty expensive, like 45, and there's only like 2 of them. The other one is Retail, and well, you don't want to use it on Retail unless you're not planning on getting him to the front lines, which I kind of did a few times, but honestly, if I actually had to replay that entire game, and I am going to replay the entire game on EX Hard, so don't get me wrong, it will probably be just me putting him on the not front lines anymore. I was kind of surprised about it too. I was like, what the? Why didn't I not put him on the front lines? And to be fair, you're only limited to certain numbers of stages before the routes get together and finally... especially when the Neo Grand Zone finally arrives out in Grand Zone. Grand Zone and Neo Grand Zone, good god. Like, Shu just managed to basically blaze through the entire levels, that he got to like my second most kills in the entire game. About the Zan L boss fight. The Zan L boss fight, I was kind of surprised how useless it is to actually kill enemies there. Like, you only have to lower Skull Knight's HP. Unless of course you want to recruit Duvan, which you actually have to wait 2 turns for it, or you'd have to basically attack him twice, and you'd have to waste an Enable, which you're probably just better off just ending the turn and then just doing it all over again, because Enable is going to be very, very important, especially when you're fighting Zan L. And Zan L, or XNL, he, she, it, whatever, is an interesting boss fight, I would say. I was kind of surprised there was barely any HP regen. In fact, Zan L did not have HP regen at all. I was like, what? Really? The only problem Zan L has is Belief. And Belief sucks, because Belief basically reduces damage to 1/4. So there's Guard, plus you're immune to status effects. Okay, I'm getting dark. It's kind of dark in my area right now, so sorry about that. Anyway, there we go. Zan L, I was kind of surprised there's barely any HP regen bosses in this game. I think that was a step in the right direction for the late boss series, where they actually cast these things that do prevent you from one turning enemies instead of just HP regen. HP regen, go all the way back to the top, and then like that, like what happened with the second OG. Although to be fair, only two of them did that, Perfecto and Adamantron useth. But yeah, I think this was a step in the right direction. Like, put up all these buffs, deceive you from actually using Daunt until the last minute, and once the music finally changes, then you can start using Daunt. But before then, it's like, whatever. That's probably why there's only two Daunts in the entire game, which I guess is also a good thing, because second OG had so many Daunts, but the HP regen basically says whatever, plus whatever morale gains enemy gets. But anyway, this is my rant. I'm going to be doing EX hard. Don't worry about that. I will be continuing the SRW series on EX Hard. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. And once the English version comes out, I will definitely abandon the game because, well, it's in English. Why bother? Why bother playing the Japanese version when I can just play the English version from there? Although to be fair, that probably would be a wasted endeavor for the other games I've played. But well, whatever. There's not much I can do about it. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of games I still have to play. Anyway guys, this is it for me today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the other videos I've done in my channel, I guess. Yeah, it probably won't be in any in the description. But anyway guys, thank you. Bye.